Hey everybody, happy Friday, February 13th. It is another great day. Thank you, God, for life. Thank you, God, for health. To God be the glory. We're here because of Him. Um, let's get into it, guys. Today was another max loss day. Um, I'm in the process of trying out just like one moment, increasing my investment amount, trying to scale up, but in the process I'm noticing it's actually hurting me a bit because of the emotional aspect. So next week, going back to trading a small base amount, which I noticed I was getting, base hits, consistent hits, just had higher accuracy trading that smaller amount. Psychologically it was better. So one step forward, two step backs type of thing. Gotta get good at the discipline and the consistency before I move forward into trading bigger amounts. Let's get into the trades for the day. So we had IVDA. This was a $20, lost $20. Um, just a lot going on to the left here. I knew not to trade something like this. This isn't my rules. One second. Yeah, look, if we look to the left, there's just a lot of resistance. I got in. There wasn't a clear breakout pullback going on here. This was totally impulsive. On the opening bell, I saw that it created a huge low, but there was a bunch of upper wicks. So this was not system. Got in at opening bell. Didn't have enough of a signal here. I did get in on a long tail hammer doji, which was this one. Like if you can see here on the opening bell, it went down, and then I got in pretty much at the top of that range, but then it overall just continued to go down. There was no clear sign that it was going upwards before it was going down. In the future, uh, one hammer doji is not enough to get in. We need initial momentum. We need initial momentum in order to get in. As in a a big breakout candle, large trend candle, plus pullback. So this was just an impulse and opening bell. Made 113 bucks. This was one of my early trades for the day. This was a huge runner of the morning. Probably could have finished the whole day strong on one trade. Um, we had a breakout move here. So this is textbook, right? So there's nothing to the left, which we love. Breakout, 500K float. Pullback right here was great, very low volume, and then it spiked up, pull back again. So this was a pullback we got in on right here. I was late to the break, and I honestly get it with FOMO. Got in one, two, three, then quickly got out. Got in at the end of the move. We saw that this was reaching a wedge. This is a wedge formation, as you can see. Lower highs, consistent low, breakout. Um, This tried to break out a few times, but then it was getting squeezed. So in the future, be on the lookout for wedges. So this was not system. Um, I missed the breakout and got in impulsively, and honestly just got lucky. So in the future, um, pay more attention to the wedges. Um, so the reason this worked because we had breakout close at its high is really good. Pullback. This would have been a great pullback. Pullback to the 9. So look out for a close at its high, pull back to the 9, and then a move up. $500K float plus news. Let's look at MLEC. Let's see, Molex Science, they did have news for the day. Um, Massive rally, science-based ingredient. Um, it's a science stock, pharmaceutical, I think. Um, it gapped. Yeah, so Molex Science is one of the highest commercial scale uh, engineering plants and microbes. So this is microsciences. Yeah. So they had news on the day, which is good. 500K float is fantastic. So if you see 500K float, um, this is breakout no signal and impulse. If you see 500K float plus news, but really what we're looking for is that formation here, that squeeze, that wedge squeeze. Look at the pullback, the nature of the pullback too. Look at this, decreasing volume, decreasing volume, decreasing volume, then spiked up, wedge, spike up, pull back. This would have been a great entry right here. Pull back off of the 9 EMA would have been good. Um, yeah, that spot would have been good because I mean this we sometimes we can't catch the break. We don't know because it could have just been like this too. It could have just been this, right? It went up, crossed, got in here, quickly get out. That's a base hit. Get in here, close at its highest sign. So pay attention to close at its high. So in the future, what I would do is I would pay attention to the wedge. Look at this break, this pullback, decreasing volume on the move up. We have increasing volume, so that's all good signs. And then we've got a squeeze here. I don't know if you take it here because it could easily just been a fake out, but we wait for that pullback to the 90 MA. That would have been a crystal clear move right there. And I saw it in front of me, but still made money. But this could have been a much bigger win. Lost 95, got in the middle of a red candle and then quickly got out. This is going blatantly against my rules. I was seeing red candles, just got in blatantly at the middle, expecting it to reverse. Quickly got out. Um, this is not system. It's because the reason that this happened was because I missed that whole move, and then I wanted to got FOMO, missed this whole move up. I mean, long tail doji the upside. It's objectively clear. So in the future, just being objective about what I'm seeing on the screen. Look, I mean, we missed the pullback breakout. So missed the breakout, and this is where smart money is taking retail money that get emotional, like I did here. Got in the middle of a red candle. So this was got in at the middle of a red candle forming. So look, got in as it was forming. Then there was another one. This is a good pullback right here. Look, right here, decreasing volume pullback. Could have got in right there. This would have been a much better entry on the 5 minute right here. Write it up. So this loss caused me to miss this move right here. This is another wedge right here. This is that wedge we were talking about earlier. That's just being patient on the pullback. Because I notice typically after a big breakout like that, we need time for buyers and sellers to battle it out. And I don't want to get involved during the battle. I want to get in at the proper time. So we've got wedge like that. Look at the nature of that pullback. Decreasing volume right here, increasing volume. Decreasing volume plus doji, and the green candles that we see forming are increasing in volume. Wedge, and then we get a cross through the EMA on the 1 minute with a close at its high, and then pull back to the 9. That would have been the entry right here. This was the entry of the day, honestly, right there. Pull back, it breaks up. You don't want to get in because it could be just false. Like here, what happened? This was a break, right? But then quickly went down. Then we get another one, 90 MA. You catch it on that spring up. Biggest loss of the day. Why did this happen? I got in at the very top of a breakout. So what happened here was missed this breakout move. Pull back, pull back, pull back. I had no confirmation of it breaking out here. And even if it did, this grab stops. Big pullback candle, big pullback. This actually is a good signal candle right here, but it has kind of large volume. Maybe in the future I would have gotten in right here. I probably would have gotten in right there, then you had to quickly exit. So that's why, like in momentum trading, got to keep very close eye. That was a nice pullback. I mean, but we like trend, doji, double off of EMA. Probably could have got in right here, but got quickly flushed. What I did was I got in right at the top of the green candle, expecting it to continue. Breakout, FOMO, impulse. So change. If I miss a breakout, wait for the signal candle, plus decreasing volume, and then a spike up. Need confirmation because most of the time after a big breakout like that I missed, it's going red before it goes green. So we need that battle to happen before getting in again. So missed it in the future. Okay, I missed it. I gotta wait. Could have got in right here for a quick spike up, then get out at that candle because it's eating on itself. This was one of my earlier trades. We had breakout, pulled back right here, got out, missed that whole move up. This is what frustrated me because this is why we gonna deal with like smaller amounts because I had such a tight stop that if I had a looser stop, then I could have seen this thing rally up and caught the breakout. But I quickly got in, quickly got out, didn't even allow the thing to hit my stop down here. So this was just set a wide stop at a strategic predetermined area. So this was system. Um, this is good. I got the breakout, saw that the pullback was very low volume doji. Pulled back close to the 90 MA, got in. That was good. But what I failed was I failed to manage this trade. So in this case, I could have made a lot more money if I just stayed in and use 5 minute as a stop loss right there. This was one of my earlier trades. Got in quickly, got out. This was breaking out. So pullback, got in quickly, got out. That was a quick base hit. This was a beautiful pullback. Doji decreasing volume. We wanted a entrance right here, which we got. That was perfect. Wanted a move up to here, so range was really good. I noticed that having a long upper wick signals where the buyers want to take this, and it also gives us range, which is good. Could be used as a sign of resistance. And just, I mean, if we calculate this long position, right? The risk reward here is pretty decent. 1.15, 2.63 up here. This was system. We had a 1 minute pullback after a breakout. Signal candles. Got in right at the signal. In the future, um, I would have just. This was a good trade. This was a base hit. This was a base hit. Um, the base hit is good. Got in, got out. Which I like. In the future, this was a one, and I wouldn't really change much in the future. I mean, I knew I had my range, I had resistance set, I had a signal, got in right at the signal, I wouldn't change anything. This was a good system trade. Um, Overall, my win rate today was 50%. Oh no, this is futures. Took 6 trades today, 50%. Did I follow the rule today? Um, Not really. I got in at the top of breakouts today, which is my big no-no. That's how I lose money. It's a constant theme of seeing a breakout that I missed and getting in at the next 5 minute red candle while it's forming, thinking that there's going to be follow through. That may be acceptable for a breakout that has a close at its high, but not when there's a long upper wick. Like in this case, we had that breakout, right? Long upper wick though. Let's see, on the trade that I lost the most on, this trade, right? So we had that breakout. This could have been acceptable if it closed at its high, but it didn't. Long upper wick. So especially when there's a long upper wick, I gotta be very careful. I gotta wait for a clear signal candle. Um, Use wedges as signals to entry. So breakout of a wedge plus pull back to the 9 EMA is an entry. So in this case, we see here that we have the wedge forming. So this is a key learning point of the day. Is like we have the wedge forming, we have breakout, which in the moment we can't confirm this. Like this is a gamble. If we were to take this trade right here, we gotta wait for that pullback on the 1 minute to the 9 EMA, and then especially if there is a close at its high. So I noticed that I continue getting the middle red candles forming after a breakout due to FOMO. So I need to be very disciplined post breakout to let the battle occur and just observe it, watch it, go in with an observational mindset. How did I feel before these trades that I lost money on? FOMO, just seen a breakout and I want to get in, it's causing me to force it. The result is I get in the middle of a battle and get taken down. What I learned today, um, use less money and wider stops because I had good ideas that could have made me a lot of money, but I got stopped out because of the high amount. Um, the other one that I lost a lot of money on was, yeah, due to me getting in the middle of the pullback. Missed the breakout, right? Then I'm getting in the middle of the battle, thinking that it's going to quickly reclaim when I'm objectively seeing long upper wicks. So long upper wicks on the pullback on 5 minute. Yo, this is Mohit. Everybody say hello.
Hey everybody.
Yeah, this is the homie, Main G. Closer look at the boy. Yeah, there you go.
This is the guy. If you want to make money, this guy will make you rich and powerful. Listen to his advice.
Actually, I'm not certified financial professional. All my investment advice is to be taken with a grain of salt. I'm gonna put a disclosure here so you can't sue me, but yes.
Love. Peace everyone. God bless.
Wait. Oh, we're back, but now we're chilling. All right, guys, and we're back. Little interlude. That's the homie Mohit. Um, if you want his contact, hit me up. Great guy right there. Um, shout out Woodlands. Shout out Woodlands. Um, shout out being off the grid and then coming back onto the grid. Shout out uh, being wealthy and abundant. We are onto mechanics. You heard? Hey, for any of y'all listening and y'all having doubts, just know that you rule. All right, surely you rule, and you can really do. You can really have it your way. Just if you just make up your mind, have it your way. Shout out Mohit, love that man. Seriously, if you want his direct DM, he can teach you a lot about the grid. He's a user for sure. It's definitely on our program. We indeed have in our midst a user, a user. And what does this user deserve? Perhaps a battle of the grid. All right, guys. Yeah, so this one, be objective about what I'm seeing on the screen. Be patient on the pullback. That's the big thing. Because after a breakout, everyone wants to get in. Psychologically, the market knows that. Got to be patient after a breakout. And while I'm analyzing the pullback, the objective, that's really where money is made, is on that analysis of the pullback, because that's going to be my defense or my offense. The pullback is a signal. I mean, breakout, you may miss the breakout, but in order to anticipate a breakout, you have to be involved in the pullback. The pullback on the 1 minute, touching 90 EMA, decreasing volume, signal candle on the 5 minute, loose stop loss. Yeah, so that's what I learned today, guys. I also did some futures trades today. Um, so you can scalp futures, but you need a plan each day, because the nature of futures is it has a lot of manipulation from big institutions, and they will take your money if you just ride moves. So you gotta have um, a move, catch the move going into the fair value gap, then we get the change of character on the 15-minute, and then we can't get in right at the change of character. We wait in for another liquidity sweep because that change of character may just be temporary on the 15-minute. So we enter the fair value gap, enter the order block. Change of character is going to happen. We'll see one on the 15-minute. Then we have to wait for another liquidity sweep because that confirmation will tell us if our strategy will confirm because we'll have that change of character, and then if it goes down, then it didn't respect our fair value gap or order block that we were going to bounce off of, or it's going to grab stops and then shoot back up, which is what happened today. Um, One contract, 3 trades max a day. Honestly, I'm thinking of doing 1 trade a day, given the strategy, following rules. And you must go in coordination with the external primary trend. I think that's the biggest thing for me here is figuring out if that trend's going to be confirmed or not. Um, yeah, so that's what I learned today, guys. Hope you'll have a good day. This was a impulse. This was a breakout, no sigma. Yeah, guys. Big thing you're learning today. Breakout's gonna happen. Don't catch. Even when breakout ends, long upper wick is signaling that there's still a battle happening. It's gonna go down before it goes up. If it does close at its high, that's maybe an opportunity to put money in. But all in all, you lose money if you're getting in right after a breakout because of FOMO. We have to wait for that pullback, wedge pullback, um, decreasing volume, dojis, and then we get in. Pullback really is a strategic area. That's where we're going to be on offense or defense. Wide stop is obviously better than tighter stop when the idea is right. Just use less money. All right, guys. Have a blessed one.